Hey everybody, it is Jennifer and I have a really exciting video for you guys today. At least it's exciting to me. I am going to be taking my Toddy Beauty Blendiful, I almost forgot the name of it, and the new Wayne Goss Smooth and Set Poreless Beauty Puff. And we're going to put these side by side and do a testing and see which one works best. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so this order just arrived from Beautylish. It's like the worst day to film this video for a multitude of reasons. One, I am very broke out, so it's just that time. It is what it is, so ignore that. The other thing is that my allergies, oh my god, my eyes are running so bad. And yeah, my makeup's going to be a mess today, but I'm not doing like a full test or wear or anything because I'm not testing the products. I'm just testing the application. So let me go ahead and jump into what I noticed first. So this is a lot heavier than this, which is interesting. Is this washable? It doesn't say. I know Toddy's, I wash my hand, like I've had it for ages. And again, I know you can't get this and not everybody has this, but a lot of you do. And so you may be curious about this. I love this. This is one of my most amazing beauty tools that I use almost every day. So I'm excited about this. So one side is for powder and one side is not. And you can definitely, so this side is the same on both. You could, I never thought about doing this, but I guess you could flip this around if you wanted, like, oh, let me use the other side for cleanliness. If you want to get more use out of that. So that's interesting because that's what Wayne did in his video is he did, this is elastic. Oh, Toddy, this is just a ribbon. This feels a lot. I mean, I think Toddy's was a lot more expensive, but this feels like it probably costs more. So one side is for liquid, one side is for dry. There's no direction, so I don't know which one is which. Okay, let me research for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so from what I gather, and it was what I was thinking, but I just wanted to double check. The puffier side, which as you can see, like you've got height on this side, is for the powder. And this is the silicone-based side, and it's a lot smoother. This is for the liquid. So, gosh, that is a complicated set of machinery. All right, so let's jump right in. So I'm going to start off with taking my glasses off. Yeah, I would love to be wearing contacts, guys. Look how red. Like, my allergies are just, it's bad. I'm going to start with a gripping primer. I'm not really, you know, I'm not really so worried about showing you the products and be like, oh, this is what I'm using, because again, I'm not testing the products, but I will say this is a gripping primer by Dermablend. It's their Insta Grip Jelly Primer. I guess that is important, but I'm going to be using the same product on both. I am not testing Wayne Goss's new products because, again, this is just about the tools. So, gosh, I am jabbering on. For my base today, however, I'm going to be using the Cica Clearing BB Cream in Light Beige number 21. I'm trying to run out of this so I can do a full review of it. I'm getting close. So, a review on that will be forthcoming, hopefully. Okay. So I'm going to, I guess, start with the Toddy Beauty on this side. That's my right side. And then I will do, just got a Tarte palette here for a mirror. And then I will do the Wayne Goss on the other side. Actually, I might switch those just because I do have worse breakouts on this side. I might be curious to see how the Wayne Goss handles that. So I might do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my Toddy Beauty side. Like I say, I love this thing. It just gets in there. I don't get any strokes. Yeah, this color is very gray and it's a whole thing. But like I said, I'm trying to get finished with it so that I can give you guys a full review because I definitely have some thoughts on this product. But I can actually blend it in fairly nicely once you get the bronzer and all that jazz. So yeah, we'll just ignore that. I'm going 1,000 miles a minute, and that's because I have had a ridiculous amount of coffee. Ugh, I got it in my eyebrow. Hopefully I can just wipe that out. I hate that. But I've had a lot of coffee because today is not going the way that I thought it would go. It is early in the morning. I'm still active. I haven't gone to work yet. I'm going to be going to work soon. But everything has just kind of been, there's been sort of a work emergency first thing this morning. So yeah, it's been a lot. I hate that I got that in my eyebrow. Why is it not wiping out either? Ugh. Hopefully that will not mess up my eyebrow products today, which I also don't have on right now. But yeah, so I'm just like further blending this in and out and all those things. My eye, guys. Oh, my eye is killing me. Oh, look at this. I mean, it's like the worst allergies I've ever had. And I don't know what to do about it, really. See, it doesn't take much to irritate it. So yeah, it's definitely allergies. I went for a lovely walk in a very nice garden this weekend, and I was outside, and the pollen is crazy right now where I am. So it's just, yeah, it's a lot happening. I don't even know if I'll be able to put on any eyeshadow today. It might be just a one and done color, because I don't think that it's going to stay. So, you know, I hate to waste the time. All right, so there is the Toddy Beauty side. I am going to try to zoom in, try to use my little thing to make sure my camera lens is clean, since it's so clean now. So yeah, here is what we got. Hopefully this will zoom in. So as you can see, it's got a nice sort of dewy finish. You can still see like some redness poking through, but again, that's not to do with the product, although I do think, or not to do with the tool, but I do think a beauty blender or something could probably build that up a bit more. But overall, it's a very smooth application. Very smooth. All right, so let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and try this bad boy. It's smaller, but I don't know. Like, one thing I will say right off the bat is it doesn't have these corners, which I will talk about further in this video, I'm sure. But it already feels kind of weird to not have those corners. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out how we do. Okay. It is not as slidey because I think it has that silicone in it. And again, this is made for his product, which is kind of a cream. So it makes sense why on a liquid, it's not going to be as slidey. Because if you buy his foundation, you're pushing around a balm rather than a straight liquid. So you may want more control. So I'm not too bothered about that. All right, but I think that's the reason. So yeah, I've run out of product already. Let me put a little bit more. I am seeing a difference as far as what I can get covered, but I don't know. This is interesting. I feel like it is soaking up quite a bit of the product because it seems like there's a lot on there, but I don't know. We may end up with more coverage as well because it may... I'm not sure. I need to shut up and just do this, and let's find out what we find out. Definitely less coverage. I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, it seems like... Sorry about that. My little refrigerator in here just kicked on. I'm going to have to go get some more product. I'm, like, running out of the product fast, which I guess is good because I said I wanted to use it up. But it seems like there's still a lot on the sponge. So that's interesting. I bet this would be so good with my Good Apple. I bet it would be so good. But I wanted to test it with a product that, I just wanted to test it as a tool on its own first. We can always test it with other products and other foundations and etc. But I really wanted to see, just as a standalone product, how this was gonna hang out. And I don't know. And I might be wrong about the price between the two. I will put that on screen when I'm talking about it, so you'll already know at this point if I was wrong. But I am curious to see, because I don't remember the Blendiful being that much. But I think this one was like $10, perhaps. I'm not really able... I think I could have gotten that pretty covered with my Blendiful. That's what I think, but what do I know? Okay. It's interesting. Alright, so there's still, like, it's pretty covered, but it's not coming off. Like, I'm trying to wipe it off, and I can see a little bit, so I'm going to show you how much. So here's a good test. So I'm going to try to wipe some product off, and then I'm going to go back with a clean side to see how much we actually got. And as you can see, like, it's just a little bit. But when I push into it with my thumb, I can definitely feel there's product in there. It's just like not releasing it. So I don't know if the silicone is gripping the product onto this, which, you know, may be, but that may be also why it's easier to move around. I don't know. So that's very interesting to me. So let me zoom you in and we'll take a look at the other side. So again, it looks very smooth. It really, really does. I do think this is given me less coverage than the other side. I really do. But I think as far as smoothness looks, it looks very good. Looking up close, yeah, I think it looks fine. So let's test a couple more things. First of all, let me conceal my skin. Ugh. I'm just gonna add a little bit more coverage to a couple of red areas. My nose actually looks pretty good, and normally that is a problem area. So this is I'm using a Shiseido concealer. So let me just, you know what, I would normally use my Toddy Beauty for this, but let me just check this out. My Blendiful, I should say. Okay, so it really is a nice blending tool. I don't think it's done amazing, it's better, with a tinted moisturizer. So that's good to know. And if you're thinking, well, why should it? He invented it to go with his product. That's fair enough. But this is a comparison to the Blendiful, which is to be used on all products. So that is why I wanted to test it this way. I'm gonna put a little bit more concealer there. Yeah, definitely. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's now go into regular concealing and see how we do. So I'm gonna be using my Flawless Fusion by Laura Mercier Ultra Wear Concealer. It's kind of ridiculous under my eye, but we're gonna do it. It's not gonna last any time, but we're going to do it. And I'm just gonna do a little bit. So I'm gonna go back to my Toddy side. I'm going to take my end of my triangle. I may actually take this side. This is definitely a big old plus in the Blendiful category, is that it has these triangular edges, because you can get right up in there, and it's very, very, very nice. Okay. And now I'm going to go for my Wayne Goss. What's this called? I keep wanting to call it my Wayne Goss Puff. Oh, it is. It's Smooth and Set Poreless Beauty Puff. So there you go. And I'm gonna try to bend it over. I'm gonna try to bend the puff to see if we can get somewhat decent edges. I mean, it's obviously a bit more difficult to get up in there. That is a fact. I can use my finger to tap that out in that corner. Again, coverage wise, you can see right here there's a lot more darkness peeking through. Coverage is just better with the Blendiful side. And I bet you, please, this is not a negative review of the Wayne Goss product, because I bet it's amazing with his foundation. I bet it's amazing. And I cannot wait to try it with my Good Apple, because it is a similar type balm. I bet it's going to be really good. But I wanted to do like I said, a legit comparison. So there you go. So our last face product that we're going to do is powder. And this is the Kosas, what's this called? Airy Cloud Set. So let me go ahead again. This is a massive benefit of the Blendiful, because I'm going to use another corner and just go right in there. I love this thing. This is such a good product. And it makes me so sad that you can't get it anymore. And I take such good care of it just in case, because I don't ever want that to go away. I don't want to lose this one. I'm also going to set a little bit more powder, like a firmer set in my smile lines over here, because I do in my chin and my nose. My smile lines, they're going to always crack. With my foundation, it's just always going to be. Alright, so there you go. So now I'm going to, this is a bit messy, I have to be honest, because it's holding on to so much product. It's like every time I touch it, I'm getting a lot of product on my hands. So I'm not loving that so much, but that's just my personal thing. Alright, so we're going to take the clean side. We're going to go in here. Maybe if we squeeze this, we can get in there. I mean, it's laying down powder really nicely. Really nicely. It really is. yeah, is really laying it down very nicely. Already concealed. I'll lay down some there to set that down. Okay, let me just go ahead and finish powdering the rest of my face. I'm just using a brush for this because I like to just sort of press them in everywhere. Try to get rid of a little bit of that finish, because as a person who gets very oily skin sometimes, that finish, while lovely, it doesn't always go with me. So in the summer, I'm pretty okay with having a nice dewy finish. I don't really like matte at all because my skin is too dry everywhere else for matte, but this time in the month, in my cycle where I'm at, like, I do not want extra shine right now. Okay. So there you go. Honestly, looking at the finish, trying to look in different light here, I will say the finish is very similar. I might say that the Wayne Goss side shows pores a little bit less, honestly, and I do think for powder it looks a little bit cleaner, I think. A very similar finish. Let me zoom you in again and we'll take a look. So, ooh, this shiny forehead, and I have a hair. Okay, so there is the finish. Here is where I feel like you can most often see because of pores, and as you can see, I think the Wayne Goss side shows pores just a little bit less, and like the powder finish I think is actually quite good on the Wayne Goss side. Okay, so yeah, just looking around a little bit more, yeah, I think the finish is very similar. I really do. I think the powder application looks really good. So, I mean, this is honestly really, I'm not seeing a big difference between the two sides. I think this is going to be about user experience. So, I do want to share some thoughts with you. Let me go and finish my makeup, and I will come back and share with you what I think. Okay, I am back. I have my full face on. So, yeah, let me share with you my thoughts. So, I think that comparing these two items side by side, I think the Blendiful with its sharp edges, it's just a lot more versatile product. It does a lot more in my opinion. However, I think for powder, I definitely preferred the Wayne Goss. Like the powder finish and like, I don't know, it's poreless and pretty and I like it. This is a bit messy. So like when you turn it around, if you've used it for both, in hindsight, I've decided that's messy. The thing about the Blendiful is you can use multiple areas without ever turning around. So I don't really love like my fingers being in my foundation now. And this is going to go on my face again tomorrow, or if I'm going to have to wash this every day. So that is a question that I have that kind of leaves some unknowns. I also think that this is not meant for just liquid products. I mean, I don't think he said that. So I think it could be used for anything you want, but I don't think that's its design or purpose. I think it is going to be beautiful with his foundation. I think it's going to be beautiful with my KVD Good Apple. So I'm excited about that. But as far as like just putting on some tinted moisturizer, some BBCC cream, things like that, I think my Toddy Beauty still just has my absolute heart. I love this thing. I use it so much. But I'm glad to have this because I do love it for powder, number one. And I do think for that Good Apple, it's going to be amazing. So that's it for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about comparing these two side by side. I'd be happy to answer them. It was an interesting experiment. I think the finish is beautiful. And I think it's a very interesting product. I'm really excited about products like this because I do love my Toddy Beauty Blendiful so much. But yeah, so that's it for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And all of this eyeshadow is going to be off in about 5 minutes because my eyes are just gushing water. Is this happening to you? And if so, what are you guys doing? It's awful. All right, guys, so I will see you in my next one. Bye.